Well, what's up, everyone? I want to thank you guys for joining me today. This is Nelson, and I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for subscribing to the channel, for sharing the videos, and for inviting your friends to come and to check out these videos. What we want to do is to help you to grow. Pass our experience on to you. We all, as it says, iron sharpen iron. We learn from each other. We glean from each other. And I want to share my experience with you and hope that is something that you can use in your life, in your journey, or on your journey that will help you to grow and to become that man or the woman that you desire to be. We all are here to help each other. Like they said, we all are a link in that golden chain of life. So you see, I need you, you need me, I help you, you help me. We all are sharing. So I just want to take time out this morning, or today, I should say, to share with you something that I was reading that was so profound. When I look around my neighborhood or at work, people that I fellowship with, people that I hang out with, I can see how this resonates. Even in my own life, when I was going through a rough time in life, and I thought it was the end of the world for me. There's no chance. What's the use trying? Try to hurt myself, try to kill myself because I couldn't see the silver lining behind the cloud. I was kind of, it's like being deceived. It's there, but I couldn't see it. The silver lining was there, but I just couldn't see it. So I want to read this to you, which is a passage. It's just a part of a chapter in a book. It says, this is it. I am not deceived by false appearances because I know the truth about myself. My God, I think that was so powerful. That's why I had to share it with you guys. I am not deceived by appearances because I know the truth about myself. How many times we look at something, we go to the store to buy something, get to the shelf, and there was nothing there in the spot because it's one of your favorite store that you like going to, and you go there so often that you know where everything, just about everything, you know where everything is. You know where they put the beans, you know where they put the bread, and you get to where they put the bread and there's no bread there, and you saying to yourself, man, there are the bread, I'm just going to go to another store. But if we take the time to just ask one of those men or women who's working in that store, hey, do you have any more bread? There's none on the shelf over there. Oh, yeah, we're just about to bring some out. Doesn't that changes things? You see, because we look at the shelf, we can be deceived thinking that there is no more bread in the store at all. And we have to drive maybe another 2 or 3 miles to go and get a bread, or maybe a mile when there was more in the back. All we had to do is ask. How many times we have seen that in our life around us, and we have heard it, where people are being deceived because of the news, because of things that other people are saying. By the time it's being passed down to you, it probably already done changed 3 or 4 times, maybe 15 times. And that's why I try to share from my life experience the things that I have used to overcome or to get to the place where I am today. When I went through that dark time in my life, trying to kill myself and different things like that, and all these crazy thoughts going through my mind that you'll never make it again, it's too late, and all this, and starting over and all that. All these things was a kind of self-deception because I did not know myself. You have to get to know yourself. You have to get to know someone. To get to know someone, you have to put some effort in. And it's when I began to put that effort in because I began to realize that there is more to life, that my life began to change. And that's why I teaches, and a renewed mind will change your lifestyle. But before we get to that, let's read this again. It says, I am not deceived by false appearances because I know the truth about myself. Now, what is the truth that you know about yourself? What is the truth that you know? You might have different opinion, you might have different points, but I'm gonna share 3 points that I know, three truths that I know about myself that keeps me or helps me to overcome that part of that deception that was trying to creep in. Here's the first one. My mind is the mind of God. We have the mind of God. We have the mind of the creator. If you read the Bible, or if you ever read the Bible, or if you choose to believe in it, it says that we are created in the image and likeness of God. So we have that mind that can create, that mind that can think positive, that mind that can say, well, that distinguishes between, okay, this is not beneficial to me, this is good, this is helping me, I'm going to choose to do that. We have that mind. It takes that mind, that renewed mind, to help me to understand, if I just go the extra mile, I will look back a few years and I'll begin to laugh and I'll be so happy because I did not hurt myself. I did not hurt someone. I did not end up in the penitentiary for life. You know, where they're taking you, where they're telling you lights off, when they want to tell you lights off, you got to go to bed, or whatever the case might be. I'm not condemning anyone, but I'm saying it is so, because I know the truth about myself. I'm not being deceived and try to hurt someone to say, well, if I get in front of them, or if I do this, I'm going to get mine. The renewed mind now helps me to understand that there is more than enough for all of us. I don't have to jump in front of everyone every time. I don't always have to be at the front of the line every time. Sometimes you've seen people in line, and that person who is controlling the line just walking down the line, and they ask you, hey, how can I help you? What are you here for? And then bam, you know, you're at the front of the line. They say favor is not fair, but it is reality. It is real. It is real. Here's the second point. The second point of the truth that I know about myself. It is, I am the only one who can hold me back. That's another truth that I know about myself, that I am not deceived by appearances, by false appearances, because I know the truth about myself. And here is the second truth. I am the only one who can hold me back. If I decided, I made up in my mind that I want to be a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, I want to know how to trade, I want to know how to race cars, and I put my effort into that, nothing or no one can keep me back. It doesn't matter what names they call me, doesn't matter what comes, I'm going to jump over those hurdles. I'm going to get over it because my mind, I have that tunnel mind. I'm focusing on getting to my destiny. I'm focusing on achieving my goal, and nothing can distract me because I already see in my mind what the outcome is going to be. So I'm focused on getting to my destiny, that nothing can stop me. So all the false appearances, as far as name calling, all the false appearances about you need $1 million to do it, all the false appearances that is coming to say, well, there is not enough. You can't achieve. You can't get the $1 million. You can't get this and you can't get that. All those false appearances, because I know I'm the only one who can hold me back. If I just ask, if I just make my my petition known, it will and it can come to pass. So because now I know who I am, those false appearances now, I'm not being deceived by those. Yes, I'm seeing the door closed, but guess what? I understand I can walk up to the door and open the door and go in. It doesn't mean because the door is closed, you can't get in. It just means that you have to put a little effort into it. Go up to the door, knock on the door, or turn the knob and go in. It doesn't mean that you can't go in because the door is closed. So for some people, the appearance that the door is closed, they say, well, they're closed. Nobody's there to serve you, so just keep going. It said knock, and the door shall be open unto you. Put the little effort into it. When you know the truth about yourself, those false appearances begin to dissipate. Here's the third one. I am worthy of success. Because I know that I am worthy of success. In other words, what the other man can have, I can have. Now the desires might be different, but success is basically you are arriving at the same point. You might want to be a race car driver, and you work at it until you get to that point. I might want to be a pilot. I work at it until I get to that point. We all get to our point of destination, to where we want to be, the place where we want to be. We get there. So we, both of us, are worthy, because it says, as a man thinketh, he becomes. If you think negative, you're going to become negative. It doesn't matter what color you are. The thinking, the process, or the principles is still the same. The principles are still the same. You are worthy of success. I am worthy of success. We all can be successful without hurting each other. But if I tell myself that the other man is better than me, he can be more successful than me, or he knows everything and I don't know anything and I'm stupid and I do that, and I keep condemning myself, I'm going to stay in the same place as long as I keep condemning myself. But when I know I am good enough I have the skill to do that job, I'm going to apply for that job. It doesn't matter where we are. I've heard about some people who were the first one in some community to start in certain job. Even they were talked about, call names, they're still stuck with it. And today, things has changed. So when you know that you are worthy of success, those false appearances, they begin to disappear because you begin to go forward. You begin to advance. And when you begin to advance, it becomes less and less and less. It's like walking a mile. The more you keep going forward, the lesser the distance becomes. I'm gonna read it again because this is so powerful. I am not deceived by false appearances because I know the truth about myself. I talked about it in a video before. The power of awareness. When you are aware of who you are, you becomes unstoppable. When you are aware of who you are, you will be successful, whether you are in a relationship or whether you are single. When you understand who you are, you will achieve the goals that you set out to achieve. All the things that seems like it is impossible, those are just deceptions. Deceptions. Because it started in the mind. Most time the thoughts start in the mind. When you begin to think, the door is closed, you haven't seen anyone inside. But on the outside, you stand up at the door instead of turn the knob and go in or knock on the door. You're thinking that nobody's there when the place is full of people, wonderful people. Because the door is closed doesn't mean you can't go in. Because the door is closed doesn't mean that someone is not there. Because someone tell you no the first time doesn't mean that the next two or three people is not going to say yes. So don't allow those things, those hurdles, those potholes to be the things that will deter you from your position or where you are going in life, where you want to be. It can be so deceiving. One time I was traveling from Atlanta to Savannah, and I began to go through a rainstorm. My good God, this is good. I began to go through a rainstorm, and for half a mile, it was raining so heavy. I wanted to pull over because I've seen some people pulled over. I wanted to stop and pull over, but my mind said, keep going, keep going. And half a mile down the road, the rain stopped. There's no rain past that. I was saying to myself, I could have been sitting there for half an hour to an hour in that rain, in that one little spot right there where it was raining, and stay there and waste time when I could have slowed down safely and just go through, keep going, and come out on the other side and find out that there's no rain. And others are sitting right there where it's raining. I guess maybe some couldn't see, but I could see them. And I know what to do. Slow down at a safe speed and just go put on your four-way flashes. But the point is how the rain was so heavy in that one spot. It seems like it was all over, like it seemed like it was for miles. Here's another one. I find myself sometimes driving early in the morning in one spot, at one spot, the fog is so heavy, and you feel like, man, it's foggy all over. And about a quarter mile, you come out on the other side and there's no fog. You see the deception. The deception is say, I am not deceived by the false appearance. The appearance of the fog make it seem like it's all over. And that's how Some of us live our life sometime. Someone tell us no one time. We start one business and it gets slow and we close the door. We don't want to start another one because we think that if we do, it's not going to be successful. But what if we do and it was twice as successful as the other one? What if we do? Here is something that I want to share with you also. And let's talk about what does it mean to renew something, because this is something that I've been teaching on. This is something that helps change my mind. What does it mean to renew something? I had to renew my mind because the thoughts that was going through my mind at that time when I was going through a divorce and a broken family, I had those thoughts would have landed me in a lot of trouble, in a heap of trouble. I had to renew my mind. I had to change my thinking. So let's talk about what does it mean to renew something. First of all, in the dictionary it said to make like new. When we came into this world as a baby, we didn't know much. We have to be taught how to talk, how to read. We've been taught how to do all these different things, and we have been taught a lot of things that now we see that they was not beneficial to us. Some people has been even taught how to hate others when we made in the image and likeness of love. We developed and we gathered a lot of bad habit underway as we begin to grow. And you get to a place where you're 25, 30, maybe 40 years, even 50, and you look at yourself and the attitude that you have, and it's not benefiting you. You're not loving, you despise people, you hate others for no reason. You think that you're a failure, all these different things. You think you can't because you don't have the money or you don't know someone who is rich. All these things, a lot of are things that we developed or we have adapted underway in as we grow. But we got to get to a place where we have to let go of those things. Because I believe if I continued the way I was thinking, I probably would not have been here today. I probably would not have had the family that I have right now. It said to make like new, restore to restore to freshness. You got to go back to that new part of you, and you got to erase. First of all, you got to erase, and then you have to download these new ones, these new thinking, these new attitude, these new belief. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can. Believe that you are worthy of success. You have to get rid of those things that someone have told you. I had to get rid of it. I've seen people who other people told them you will never amount to anything, and it never did. I've seen people who think that their family didn't know anyone that is rich or have a lot of money, and they just live their life just like that. See, and I've seen people who came up in the family who is the first one to go to college, who's the first one to start their business and everything. I've seen people like that. But what they had to do, I believe they had to renew. They had to erase the old and refresh. They got to go back to the newness of where they can now download these new attitude, these new thoughts, these new way of thinking. And it went on to say, to make new spiritually is to reform or reborn in a spiritual or moral sense. To be reborn. You read it. If you have read the Bible, you talk about you had to be reborn. It's like you're starting over fresh. You're going back. A matter of fact, you're going back to the days I should say before the fall of Adam and Eve, according to the text. You going back to that mindset when God walked with man in the cool of the day, when man didn't know how to hate another man, reason not to trust God for the provision that you try to kill someone. You going back to those new days. And we talk about from a moral sense. It taught moral mean they're just principles of belief concerning right or wrong. There's a principles of belief that we have developed as we go along in life. Things that we believe, moral things that it's like, for example, for me, it's not right for me to steal from you. It's not right for me to want to hurt you or to break up your family. It's not right. I know it's not right. I know it hurts. So I won't do that. I won't not do that. So renew. We have to, when we talk about renew your mind, it's changing the way you think, change the way you see things, so that in your life now you begin to adapt those things that will help you to grow, to help you to be confident. Talking about confidence, here's another part of the what I teach, and I'm gonna put it on the screen too. A renewed mind change your lifestyle. Number one, it helps you to build confidence and overcome fear. Number two, lifestyle. When you change the way you think, it changes your life. When you change the way you think, like, you know, you can start a business. You can start with one lawnmower. You can start with one car. You can start with one truck. You can start with anything. You could start with by helping someone and they're teaching you the skills to the point where you grow and you start your own business and you begin to grow your business, multi-million-dollar business. Number three, faith. I believe when we reconnect with our true self, as we said, when we are not being deceived by false appearances. Why? Because we know our true self. We know the truth about ourselves. That's connecting with your spiritual part, the spiritual part of you, the divine part of you that help you to live that moral life, that help you to adapt those moral principles. And number four, relationship. I believe family should be built on love. Any relationship should be built on love, friendship. I'm not just being friend with you because I want you to help me. I want you to invest your money in me. No, I'm being friend with you because I love you. That's who I am. This is love, love. You are being natural. It's the natural part of you, but not just because you can help me or because I know you have a business or you have equipments and all these things. And if I'm doing something, then you will be there to help me. What if you're out of town? What if you're out of town for a week, a month, or a year, and I can't reach you? You see? So it's not just because you have that. Because if you love, love attracts. If you live in love, if you live by love, if you live those moral or adapt those moral principles, you'll find yourself attracting to you all that you ever desire. And what comes to you naturally, easily, under grace, in a perfect way, where you don't have to hurt anyone. So again, I love you guys. I just want to share that with you. And it will be on the screen again. It says, I am not deceived by false appearances because I know the truth about myself. You still have people blaming the government, blaming other people because they're saying that they hold them back or they are the one that is keeping them from progressing in life. No, that's false appearances. If you believe in yourself because the creator lives in you, that creative power is in you, and you believe in yourself, not on the outside of the other man, but in you, knowing that within you there's a power that can help you to do all things and become all things, then you will find yourself becoming unstoppable because the creator will empowers you with the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding. I love what it says. He said, imitate God in everything that we do. Everything. A man shall imitate God in everything that you do. So also, I'm going to drop my information right there on the screen so you can see them. Drop us a line. Let me know how you're doing. If you want to work together, it is possible. We can work together, whether it's in group, whether it's individually, we can work together. But our purpose is to help you to renew your mind, to change the way you think, to change the way you see things, so that you can be progressive, so that you can be successful, so that you becomes that true person that you are, so that you will know the truth about yourself, knowing that you are unstoppable, knowing that you are worthy of success, knowing that you are made in the likeness and the image and the likeness of the creator, knowing that, knowing that if God is for you, who can be against you? Knowing that the only one who can stop you is you yourself. It doesn't mean that we go, like they said, no man is an island, no man stand alone, because I'm gleaning from you, you gleaning from me. Just like the farmer. The farmer plants, the truck driver deliver it, they put it on the shelf, someone sells it, it comes to you. You see the chain. There's a link in that chain, every link connected. We all are connected in some way. but we just want you to understand who you are so that you can grow and to be the best you, have the best experience that you are here for. Again, this is Nelson. Love you guys. Peace. Continue to share and encourage your friend to subscribe. Let them come and check it out. And if there's something that they like, then we can all work together. Peace, and I'm out. Until next time.